Brain cancer is one of the leading causes of death in Australian children, and it's a very devastating disease. And so I was drawn to this field because I want to contribute and help find a cure for this really horrible cancer. My PhD is focused on finding drugs that actually use the child's own immune system to fight the brain cancer. So rather than using external drugs like chemotherapy, we can use drugs that just sort of boost the immune cell's response and use them to fight the cancer instead.
So I did my PhD in leukemia, and it's one of the real success stories in cancer therapy. So in the 60s, every child diagnosed with leukemia would die, whereas now 90% of those children will survive. And that's because of therapies that we've discovered. And it didn't happen overnight. It was actually decades and decades of clinical trials where new medicines and new therapies were overlaid on the back of existing therapies that ultimately gradually increased the survival rates over those years. I really believe that we can do that with brain cancer therapy, and I wouldn't be doing this job if I didn't really believe that we were going to discover things that were going to improve survival for people with brain cancer.
So obviously cancer is devastating, and it is especially devastating in children. And I want to live in a world where no child has to die of brain cancer. So I'm doing my PhD now to dedicate my time in order to find better drugs that are less toxic and more effective so that kids can have a happy and healthy life.